This is Chrono Odyssey, an ambitious action MMORPG that's currently in development by Chrono Studio and will be published by Kakao Games. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, Chrono Odyssey looks absolutely stunning. And with a closed beta coming this June, I figured now is the perfect time to break down what this game actually is and why it's quickly becoming one of my most anticipated titles. There's a lot to cover here, from time manipulation to cosmic horror, dynamic combat, and even a player-driven economy. Chrono Odyssey is shaping up to be more than just your average MMO. The world of Chrono Odyssey is called Cetera, a mysterious realm where the laws of reality has come undone as gods, humans, and unknown entities known as the Void come to a head. Absent of a divine order, the boundaries between dimensions collapse, giving rise to war and invasion. Cetera isn't just a backdrop, it's a key character in the story. Chrono Studio has said the narrative was inspired by the unsettling, creeping dread of cosmic horror, specifically drawing from movies like Prometheus. You're not just exploring ancient ruins or fantasy forests, you're dealing with terrifying, unknowable forces. The kind that don't just want to conquer humanity, they want to erase us entirely from the timeline. Imagine an epic fantasy setting that's been invaded by something out of StarCraft. Not orcs, not goblins, but something alien, something wrong. The combination of high fantasy and cosmic sci-fi is really rare in MMOs, and it immediately sets Chrono Odyssey apart. At the center of all this chaos is a mysterious device called the Chronotech, a piece of gear that allows you to stop time, reverse it, or even shift between timelines. This isn't just a gimmick, it's baked into both combat and exploration. In combat, you can use time manipulation to dodge deadly attacks, rewind your position, or slow down enemies to gain the upper hand. It creates a rhythm that feels different from any other MMO out there, more tactical, more reactive. Outside of combat, the Chronotech lets you explore ruins by reconstructing the past, revealing secrets long buried. You can shift into the past or future versions of a location to open new paths, find hidden treasures, or solve environmental puzzles. And it adds a layer of depth that makes exploration feel meaningful, like you're actively engaging with the world, not just running from quest marker to quest marker. Now, let's talk tech, because Chrono Studio isn't just pushing the envelope on aesthetics. They're building Chrono Odyssey using a number of custom technologies that enable some really cool stuff. One of these is something called the data layers. This allows different versions of the world, past, present, and future, to be layered on top of each other. So when you travel through time, the game can instantly swap the environment around you, simulating completely different versions of the same space. The other big feature is world partitioning. This is what makes the open world seamless. There are no loading screens between zones. Everything streams in dynamically as you move, which helps reduce server load while maintaining immersion. This is a major step forward for MMOs, which often struggle with either choppy transitions or clunky instances. Chrono Studio's vision is a world that's truly open, not just in terms of geography, but in how you experience it. Unlike most MMORPGs that railroad you through a main storyline, Chrono Odyssey puts narrative discovery in your hands. There's no strict quest line telling you exactly where to go. Instead, the story unfolds through exploration. You might stumble upon a ruined city in the future timeline, only to realize it's a thriving village in the past. That contrast tells you part of the story. This kind of environmental storytelling, where the player pieces things together instead of being spoon-fed exposition, is something I'm really excited about. It makes you feel like an archaeologist and a time traveler all at once. New areas won't unlock because you finished a mandatory quest. They'll unlock because you found them. That sense of discovery is something most MMOs lack. Chrono Studio also emphasized that they're focused on content density, meaning areas won't feel empty. They want the world to feel lived in with lots of interactive elements, secrets, and side content to reward curiosity. Now, let's talk about the combat, and it looks surprisingly good for an MMO. Chrono Odyssey revolves around weapon swapping. You'll have 2 weapons equipped at any time, and each one has its own distinct skills and cooldowns. Swapping weapons also gives you a passive bonus depending on the combination, so choosing your loadout is more than just picking your favorite weapon, it really affects how you play. This system is designed to reduce UI clutter and skill bloat, something that plagues a lot of modern MMOs. Instead of juggling 30 hotkeys, you got a tighter, more focused set of skills that encourage situational awareness and timing. You also get dodging and blocking, which adds a layer of mechanical skill. So yes, you'll need to be reactive, especially during solo boss fights or endgame content. The class system is built to support both solo and group play. Traditional roles like tanks and healers still exist, but the game is designed so that all classes are viable in solo play, so you won't feel like you're locked into playing one way just to progress. So these are the 6 confirmed classes, each with 3 weapon options. First, the Swordmaster with sword and shield, greatsword, dual swords. Paladin with a lance and shield, mace and shield, and a polearm. Rangers with bow, crossbow, and rapier. Assassin with a wrist blade, musket, and saber. Sorcerer with a staff and a spellbook, and one other weapon, might be an orb or something. And then you have your Berserker, who has a chain blade, twin axes, and a battle axe. That's already a huge range of options. Each class seems to lean into a fantasy archetype, but with a twist, like the Assassin being able to use a musket, or Paladin having a polearm instead of the usual hammer and shield. I'll be honest, I usually prefer classless systems where you can freely mix and match, but this setup looks like it still offers a lot of build variety, so I'm down to try it out. Content-wise, there's something here for everyone, whether you're a solo adventurer, part of a tight-knit group, or a guild raider. For solo players, Chrono Odyssey offers Chrono Grades, which are 1v1 battles against Void Apostles, where you learn enemy patterns and you can respond strategically, which is going to be very important. And then there are Trials, which is a roguelike style mode that lets you tackle increasingly difficult challenges with randomized mechanics, creating a new experience with every run. For groups, you'll have Expeditions, which is a 3-player dungeon with unique mechanics and loot, world bosses, massive enemies that requires multiple parties to bring down. And then there's a PvEVP mode. You fight a boss, but enemy players can swoop in and try to steal your kill while killing you. So this kind of PvEVP content creates natural tension and player drama, which is perfect for streamers or players who love risk versus reward scenarios. Now, if combat isn't your thing, don't worry. Chrono Studio hasn't forgotten about you. You can level up entirely through crafting and gathering. No grinding mobs, no dungeons, just pure life skilling. That means even casual players or those who prefer more relaxing gameplay have a place in this world. Gathering materials can be used to craft powerful gear, potions, rare items. These can then be traded with other players, fueling a player-driven economy. If Chrono Studios gets the balance right, this could become one of the more rewarding trading systems we've seen in a modern MMO. For exploration and adventure content, you'll find labyrinths filled with puzzles and traps to avoid with treasure and secrets at the end. Then you have time portals, which allows you to step into the past to gather rare materials and items tied to the overarching story. Then there's Bounty Hunter, where you take on a job to hunt down NPCs somewhere in the world. Everything is designed to make the world feel layered and worth exploring. There's no filler here, just meaningful side content that rewards curiosity. So that's Chrono Odyssey, at least what we know so far. To sum it up, we're looking at a seamless open world, time travel mechanics, deep combat, meaningful solo content, party-based raids, PvEVP, a player-driven economy, and a world that begs to be explored. Honestly, I'm excited. This game looks incredible. But now the big question is, can it play as well as it looks? That's what we'll find out during the closed beta, and hopefully, there won't be any aggressive microtransactions lurking in the shadows, because that would really kill the vibe for what could be a genre-defying MMO. Let me know in the comments, are you excited for Chrono Odyssey? Which classes are you planning to try first? What feature has you the most curious? Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.